Hello children, today we are going to do a very interesting poem, Rain on the Roof by Kurt Skinny, who was an American lawyer, politician, journalist. We can recall things that we learned in Monsoon Diary as we go through this lesson, because there was something about the monsoon and the changes in the climate. Here we have that, but it's linked to something more. This is a poem by Rabindranath Tagore. I cannot remember my mother. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometimes, in the midst of my play, a tune seems to hover over my playthings. The tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. I cannot remember my mother. But when in the early autumn morning, the smell of the shiuli flowers floats in the air, the scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me as the scent of my mother. I cannot remember my mother. Only when from my bedroom window I send my eyes in the blue of the distant sky, I feel that the stillness of my mother's gaze on my face has spread all over the sky. This is a beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore, who lost his mother at a very young age. So the boy says, I cannot remember my mother, but when I'm playing, I feel I can hear the tune which she used to sing while putting me to bed, putting me to sleep. I cannot remember my mother, but when I get the smell of some flowers, when I get the smell of the morning service in the temple, I am reminded of the smell of my mother. I cannot remember my mother, but when I lie down and I look at the sky, I feel as if my mother is looking down at me from there. So this is such a beautiful poem that shows how the boy longs for his mother, how he thinks about his mother. So let's keep these two things in mind. The child's yearning, longing for his mother, something that stays with us throughout our life, as well as the effect of the monsoon that we learn in class 8. When the sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining, have you ever listened to the patter of soft rain on the roof, the sound of soft rain? What thoughts flashed through your mind as you heard this melody? Read the poem to find out what the poet dreamed while listening to the rain. What are the thoughts? So we'll start the poem. As the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. So humid shadows refer to the clouds. So as the clouds are there over the starry spheres, the sky which is full of stars, and the melancholy darkness, the dark seems to be sad. Why? Because it's moody, it's raining, it's full of clouds. Gently weeps in rainy tears. So the clouds are sending down the water, and this the poet imagines to be tears. At this time, what a bliss it is to press on the pillow of a bed and lie listening to the sound of rain. Isn't it so nice? We all love it when it's raining. It's so comfortable it is to lie in your bed and listen to the sound of rain. So this is what he says. So it's so nice at that time to listen to the sound of rain, and the sound makes the rain falls over the shingles. Shingles is those tiles which are there on a roof. It has an echo in the heart. So as I listen to the raindrops on the roof, I feel that it's echoing inside my heart. It touches me somewhere, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. That is, my dreams start, I start imagining, my dreams start weaving themselves. I think of so many things, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. What it means is, I remember so many things, and all these things, they are all my memories are compared to different threads, and all these threads come together, they are woven together, and they become a single pattern of cloth. Okay, As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So this patter is the sound of the rain. So as I listen to it, I dream, I remember so many things, and all these come together and they make a pattern. Like suppose you're weaving a cloth, you'll have so many threads of so many different colors, and you put these together and then they make a beautiful design. Similarly, my dreams, my thoughts, my recollections all come together and they make a beautiful pattern. And at that time, now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers. Means before in olden English. Okay, she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me, as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. So now as I lie listening to the sound of the rain, I remember my mother, as she was in the years agone, so in the years which have passed. And before going to bed, she used to come and she used to look at us, at the darling dreamers is at her children, before she left them till dawn. So before going to bed, before she is going to sleep, she is coming to make sure that her children are sleeping happily. And I feel that she is looking at me when the rain drops are falling. I feel that my mother is looking at me. As I listen to this refrain means something that is repeated again and again. Like you have seen lullabies. If you have heard lullabies, you see they repeat the same tune, the same lines again and again, because as we hear it again and again, we fall to sleep. Now here, what is the refrain? The sound of the raindrops. The same kind of sound is coming again and again. So it's like a refrain. And where is it played? It is played upon the roof, upon the tiles on the roof, by the patter of the rain. So the rain is falling on the shingles, it's making a sound, and as I listen to the sound, I am reminded of my mother. My mother comes back in memory to me, and I feel that she is looking at me as she used to look at me before she put me to sleep, when I was a baby, before she went to bed. So always, you know, the mother is someone who is very close to us, and we can never get over a loss. So in this poem, we have the effect of the rain, and we have the memory of the mother coming. There are some new words. Tingle, that is the sound. Shingles is the tiles which are used. Then woof, that is the threads which are woven in the in a weaving loom to make a cloth. It's Old English, which means before. Refrain is something that's repeated again and again. And list, here it means listen. Now refrain, here I have given you some examples for refrain. You can pause and see. In all these poems that are given here, some lines are repeated. So that's what is refrain. Like the first one, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, from Robert Frost poem. Similarly in Annabel Lee, of the beautiful Annabel Lee is repeated. And in the other poem also, the purring and purring, so many things are repeated again and again. So those are examples for refrain. We have some poetic devices. Alliteration we have already learned, that is when initial consonant sounds, letters are repeated again and again within the same line. So lie listening, starry spheres, humid hover, press pillow, these are some of the alliterations, examples of alliteration. Personification, memory is personified. It is acting like a weaver, which is just weaving some cloth. So it is personification. Personification means when we are making a non-living thing appear as a living thing. You have heard of personification and alliteration earlier. Transferred epithet is something new. Transferred epithet is when, suppose I say happy feet. It's not the feet that are happy, it is I who's happy, but I say happy feet. So I am transferring happy, which should be applied to me, to my feet. So your melancholy darkness. So it's not the darkness which is melancholy, it is I who feel melancholy. Okay, so all these, whenever we transfer the adjective which should be used with one person to another thing, it is called transferred epithet. Epithet actually means metaphor. Onomatopoeia, I am sure you have heard of it before. I think I have taught this earlier. That is a sound which resembles the original sound. Like suppose we speak of bees, we say the buzz of bees, because that is a sound made by bees, buzz. So here we have patter, tinkle. Tinkle we have already learned in Monsoon Diary. So tinkle is that similar to the sound which is created. So any word which is similar to the sound that is actually created is called onomatopoeia. Hiss, buzz, click, all these are examples of onomatopoeia. Imagery is that is when you hear it, you can when you read the line, you can feel you're seeing it, or you feel that you can hearing it. That is kind of imagery used. So we have visual as well as sound image here. Repetition, when some words are repeated, when a single word or a group of words is repeated, and we have repetition in this poem. So you have these poetic devices in the poem. You have the short answer questions here. Please pause here down in your notebook. And of course, no class is complete without a homework. So a very short homework for all of you. Hope you all enjoyed the lesson.